I am testing McDonald's fries, Wendy's fries, the king. If this can sit on a counter for 2 weeks and not get wilted, and a potato does, we're putting this under the scope. Let's go. First up is Wendy's. Here we go. I'm going to take a fry out, and we are going to take a sample from this guy right here. I'm going to take it from the inside and see if this is real potatoes. What are our kids eating? That's what I want to know. Let me get some distilled water. Let's see, a drop of distilled water here for it. We'll put this thing under the slide. Okay, I'm going to separate as much as I can so we can get a good read on the microscope. Okay, let's off to the scope. We've all been there, shoveling these things in by the handful through the drive-thru. But have you ever actually looked at Wendys Fries? I mean, really, guys, we're diving into 40 times magnification. And honestly, it looks like a golden greasy mountain range. So if you're on a diet, just look away, guys. At this magnification, we aren't just seeing a potato. We're looking at a starch structure and a lipid barrier, a fat barrier. You see those translucent, bubbly structures right there? That's the cellular walls expanding as the water turned to steam. Looking down here, check out that salt. At 40 times, those tiny grains look like jagged glass boulders. This is where the flavor lives, but it's also where you see the reality of the process. The raw data doesn't lie, guys. It's a high definition salt delivery system. It looks structurally sound, but seeing these oil pools at 40 times zoom definitely makes you rethink that second order. All right, we're going deeper next, going to 100 times. Okay, so now we're at 100 times, if you look right there. And now the potato, quotations, starts to disappear. We aren't looking at a snack anymore. We're looking at a structural failure of starch. Look at these voids. Those are individual starch granules that have literally exploded from the heat. This is a fluffier interior that we like. But at 100 times, it looks like a volcanic crater field. And here's a raw data on the oil. Notice how it's not just on the fry. Yeah, it has completely infiltrated the intercellular spaces. It's a literal matrix of lipids holding these starch walls together. Even the salt looks different now. That jagged boulder from 40 times, now it's a massive translucent monolith. You can actually see the light refracting through the sodium chloride crystals. 100 times closer, and the truth is clear. It's a marvel of food engineering and a nightmare for your arteries. We're going to 400 times now, guys. Let's get ready. Okay, so here we are at 400 times mag, and we are officially past the point of no return. What you're looking at now is in a potato. It's a crystalline lattice of gelatinized starch. You guys see those distorted membranes? That's the exact moment the cell was collapsed and fused with vegetable oil. It's a perfect high-def bridge between organic matter and industrial processing. This is the raw data of a deep fryer, totally cellular saturation. Science doesn't care about your cravings. It only cares about the physics of the fry. All right, we're going to 1,000 times. Let's get ready. Pretty cool, right, guys? So this is 1,000 times magnification. We are now peering into the microscope abyss of a fast food French fry. At this level, the individual starch granules look like ancient weathered boulders. You guys see that? Look at the refraction here. That's lipid film coated in sub-microscopic salt debris. We are literally watching how flavor is trapped at a molecular level. This is the raw data of an American diet, and it sucks. It's chaotic, it's beautiful, and it's completely saturated. This is as deep as the light will take us, you guys. So data is logged on the Wendys, and we are going to move over to the king. He's up next. Next up is the king. Let's take a sample of this guy. Ooh, let's see. This might be a good one right here. Can you guys see that? I'm filming, my phone is filming the prep slides, and supposedly it's recording in 4K, 60 FPS, but you never know, hopefully. So I'm gonna take a sample of the middle of this guy. I am going to get right in here to see if this is real potato. McDonald's is next. This is the king, and let's go from there. We'll take the sample right here. Okay, I'm gonna put a drop of distilled water. It's kind of a big sample, but we'll see. There we go, 1 drop of the distilled. Yeah, that's good enough. I'll break it up just a little bit here to give you a good view under the scope. I want this to be a nice sample for you to see if this is real. Yeah, of course it's real potato. I'm just trying to not prove, but show you guys that there's a lot of stuff in here. You know, you deserve the right to know. I'm not trying to, make McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's look bad. I'm not. I'm just trying to let you guys know or show you what you're eating. Can't do anything with my right hand. I'm left-handed, so I have to keep switching back and forth. And finally, the cover slip. These to make sure all this stuff is super clean, you guys. Boom. Let's try that. And off to the scope. Okay, so welcome to the King. We're at 40 times, and the King French fry. Now, you can see a major difference in the raw data. This isn't just sliced potato. It's an engineered starch fortress again. Yeah, you guys see that thick pebble texture on the surface? That's the heavy starch batter they use to keep these things crispy for a long time. Okay, the oil retention here is massive. We're looking at deep fried canyons of sodium and carbohydrates. It's industrial, and it's a total departure from the Wendy structure. The lens doesn't lie. Data is logged. We're moving up to 100 times. Let's do this. All right, here we are, 100 times magnification. Now we're seeing the true science of the Burger King fry. That surface texture isn't accidental. It's a calculated layer of modified food starch. Look at how the batter has fused with the potato skin. At 100 times, it looks like a rough cast of concrete. I call it the armor because the armor is designed to lock in the moisture while creating that signature crunch. The lipid distribution here is very dense. We're seeing deep craters of oil trapped within the starch matrix. It's a masterclass in industrial food engineering. And it's all right there in the raw data. So moving to 400 times, don't go anywhere. Okay, so at 400 times magnification, we have officially broken through the crust. At this level, the Burger King fry reveals its true form, a high-density industrial lattice. Look at how the starch molecules have cross-linked. It's not just a potato anymore. It's a reinforced matrix designed to survive the heat of the vat and the ride in the bag. You see those dark pockets right there? That's pure oil sequestration. The raw data shows exactly how this fry stays crispy while holding on to every gram of fat. It's efficient and it's terrifying at the same time. The truth is in the cells. Next up, I'm putting oil immersion on and we're going to 1,000 times. All right, bam, here we are, 1,000 times mag. We've reached the molecular front line of the Burger King fry. At this scale, we aren't just looking at food. We're looking at a battlefield of lipids and starch. You guys see those shimmering oily globules? That's the high definition reality of deep fryer saturation. The starch has completely replaced by a chemical bond of fats and sodium. The raw data is absolute. This is an engineered delivery system for calories hidden behind a microscope wall of batter. Science doesn't lie, you guys, even when the marketing does. We're done with the King, and we are moving on to our favorite, the golden arches. Last but not least is the golden arches. Look at that, beautiful, isn't it? I am going to grab a French fry out of here, and hopefully you guys can see this. Don't get me wrong, I love McDonald's French fries. I think they're my favorite. But I'm going to show you what's inside here. Of course, potatoes, but what else is inside here? I'm going to take a sample right here. Let's get it from the middle or inside instead of the outside here, but let's see here. Let me get this right here. Looks like a good sample. There we go. Distilled water on here. My right hand. Here we go. Scary. Okay, looks pretty good. Ready for the cover slip. So I got these new cover slips. Highly recommend these. No, I'm not being paid for this, but Globe Scientific Microscope cover glass. They're 1.5s. So yeah, and they're larger, they're longer. So let's try it. Might be better for not having air bubbles in it, but I'll try my best. There we go. Off to the scope. Okay, so here we are 40 times with the Golden Arches McDonald's. And right away, notice the uniformity. Unlike the rugged Wendy's texture or the King's texture, this is incredibly smooth. That's the result of precision balancing and a specific dextrose coating. The salt distribution is almost surgical. These guys are good. You're looking at a highly optimized starch to oil ratio. That's designed for one thing: consistency. It's clinical, it's industrial, and it's exactly what they want you to see. So we need to look at this a little closer. We're moving up to 100 times. All right, here we are. We're at 100 times magnification. You guys see it? Now the McDonald's magic starts to look a lot more like a laboratory experiment. Notice the surface. It's remarkably uniform compared to the competition. You see that smooth, glassy finish? That's the dextrose and sodium acid at work together. It's a chemical skin designed to keep that fry from turning gray and to lock in that specific golden arches crunch. The raw data shows almost no cellular debris. That's scary. It's a clean, optimized starch delivery system. It's not just food. It's a masterclass in mass production consistency. But let's see the cracks in the armor. So we're moving into 400 times. Bam, here we are at 400 times mag, and we are deep inside the golden arches now. Are you guys excited? I am. At this scale, the McDonald's fry doesn't even look organic. It looks like a translucent, glassy matrix of refined starch. Look at how the potato cells have been completely modified. The high heat blanching process has turned the interior into a uniform sponge for the vegetable oil. There's almost no wild cellular variation here. Let me move this down. This is a raw data of perfectionism. Every micron is engineered to taste exactly the same in London, Tokyo, or New York. It's a scientific achievement, but is it still a potato? All right, we're moving in at 1,000 times. Okay, let me move this around. We're at 1,000 times. We have reached the final frontier of the McDonald's fry. Are you guys excited? This is the molecular archive where raw data reveals the true cost of that perfect consistency worldwide. You guys see the shimmer right there? That is the lipid saturation at a cellular level at 1,000 times. It's not just deep fried. This is bonded. This is why it tastes the same every single time, even in Italy. It's a triumph of chemistry over biology. The data doesn't lie. I am now going to give you guys a side-by-side comparison of all three. And this is where you really can tell the difference. So here we go. So we looked at the evidence. Now let's see the comparison. On the left, Wendy's shows a rugged organic fiber structure. It still looks like a plant. In the middle, Burger King's engineered starch armor is built for a different kind of endurance. And on the right, McDonald's, a surgical glassy matrix that is almost perfectly uniform. The raw data reveals three very different philosophies of food engineering. I'm not here to tell you what to eat, you guys. I'm just showing you the reality that the marketing doesn't. The truth is in the cells. You decide. We've seen the raw data, so let's talk about the key differences. On the left, Wendy's is the most organic at 1,000 times. You can still see the original potato fibers. It's less processed, but that also means it holds on to more moisture. Burger King and McDonald's are a different story. BK uses a starch armor for a crunch, while McDonald's has engineered a glassy matrix for total consistency. They've essentially turned a vegetable into a highly efficient delivery system for fat and salt. So what looks the best to eat? If you want a real potato, you guys, to me, Wendy's is a clear winner under the lens. But if you're looking for a marvel of food engineering that never changes worldwide, McDonald's takes the trophy. If you want to see the world behind the curtain, join the investigation and subscribe. Oh, and I almost forgot, you guys. Check out this video. It's about Subway's bread. Is it cake or is it real?